Hey guys, how's it going? Laura with the Garden Answer. So I cannot tell you how excited I am right now to be potting up something for fall. So we're right in the middle of August, and right now the weather is below 80 degrees. It's kind of breezy. It's actually raining on us a little bit, but we feel so full of energy because just yesterday it was 97 degrees. We had a little bit of a storm come through last night, and now we have forecast of just beautiful temperatures. Erin and I were just talking about how energized we feel and how we feel like we could just keep going all day long now that it's not so hot. So what I'm going to do today is just plant up this pot, like I said, for fall, just some fall loving stuff, kind of fallish colors. I brought a bunch of stuff up here, but I probably won't be using all of it today. The couple of things that I really wanted to impart to you guys about planting fall containers, and I've said this before, is that for both fall and spring containers, you can kind of fudge the light requirements a little bit, because in the summertime, we have, you know, the true shade-loving plants like hosta. There's a tiarella here. Some coleus prefer a little more shade. In the summertime, we have to put them in the shade because it's so hot and scorching that they just don't do well with a lot of light. But in the fall, the sun is not quite as intense, so we can start bringing them into more light, and they actually thrive and do really well. The other thing we can do is fudge the spacing requirements a little bit. This is one I've talked about a lot because I do put a lot of stuff in containers. Although for summer containers, I do leave a little extra space because we're using stuff like supertunias and superbenas and superbells, those things that thrive in the heat and the sun. And although all three of those things do well all the way through a really pretty good frost, in the summer we do need to leave more space. They won't grow quite as big or quite as quickly in the fall, so we can get away with squishing a lot more stuff together and making them look full and beautiful right from the very beginning. So being that it's middle of August, if I use something like a potato vine or coleus, I'll get probably 2 months tops out of them before a frost takes them. So it's stuff like that. You know that you're gonna just be enjoying them for 2.5, maybe 3 months if you have a really great fall. But the weather is such that they don't, they're not growing, huge amounts, really quickly. Okay, so let me tell you what I brought up here. First of all, I've got a dipped in wine coleus, which is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not sure that I can say which coleus is my favorite, but I do really like this one. I think this is a gorgeous thriller in a container. I've also got this cutting edge tiarella, which I love the foliage. I think I've showed this to you in another video where I was planting black pearl heuchera. I love the veining, the deep colored veining and the shape of these leaves. I also have an autumn frost hosta, which I planted tons of these because I love them, in kind of a darker spot, which this actually gets some light in the afternoon, but it's shrouded a lot of the day. This kind of plant, look at that. It just pops in this spot. You can really see it really, really well, and I like that. As far as the other little things, I've got Goldilocks Rocks Bite-ins, which the dipped in wine and the Goldilocks Rocks just looks like fall to me. Also got a flambe yellow, which I think is the most unique, amazing plant. These actually do really good in floral arrangements too. I cut these all the time and just stick them in like little fillers, and they're such a bright little weird fuzzy pop in a floral arrangement. I think they're really cool. I've got an Ipomea or sweet potato vine raven is the name. Love the foliage on this one. Really dark, really pretty, heavily, sharply lobed leaves, really nice. And then right next to that, the Supertunia latte, which look at that. Isn't that perfect? The throat in that Supertunia and the color of this foliage here is just perfect. So I already have soil in this container, and so I'm just gonna plant. I'll try to start from the back front so you can kind of see it coming together. Like I said, I don't know exactly how many I'm gonna use or how it's gonna look. So here we go. Isn't this so gorgeous? And it just feels like fall with the different colors that I used. Usually in summer plantings, I use a lot of purple and pink. And then when we go into falls, I'll use a lot of foliage for one. I mean, you can tell I love to use the foliage. And then I'll use a lot of yellow and then a lot of muted colors. So Supertunia latte is absolutely beautiful. It's one of my faves anyway. I love that color, that creamy white. And this container I absolutely love too. And it's kind of funny the way I get my containers. So I work at a garden center. My parents have one here in town, and sometimes we get concrete shipments in that have been damaged. So my parents will give me an excellent deal on pots like this that come in damaged. So that's how I got this one, because there is another lion head on the back, but the nose is completely chipped off. And I was like, I'll take it because I can face that to the back somewhere. No one will ever see it. And the front still looks beautiful. So that's actually how I get quite a few of my really gorgeous containers, because I just happen to be in the right place at the right time, and I'm able to nab them. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy seeing this come together. And I do have to tell you that something that really helped me this summer. So this summer was really hot and really long, and every once in a while I go through like a little bit of a spell where I'm not feeling as inspired. I need like something to kind of kick me into gear. So what helped me this summer was I got onto Proven Winners website, and they have something called the container recipe search. And there's a bunch of filters, so you can pick a season or pick a color or pick a light exposure, and then they'll show you tons of different recipes to put together, something like this. This isn't one of their recipes, but they have so many of them that kind of spark something in you, and you're like, oh, I can put together pretty things too. Like, you know, it just gives you a ton of different ideas, and you can copy them and they'll look absolutely perfect. You can try different things out just based on what the kind of like ideas you gather from it. So you might check that out. I'll put a link down below, because it really does help every once in a while to go through there and look and be inspired. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.